Today is a day for NutraBytes with me, that is Dr. Smartha. I am chairman of Interlink Consultancy, which is basically pharmaceutical, wellness, healthcare consultancy in India and also all over the world. In fact, we do a lot of work in terms of really making people enter India, transformation of big companies, small companies, right from multinational, national. We have almost 300 clients because we are almost 36-year young company in consultancy. Believe me, when we were hardly 5 people in India, like Tata Consultancy, Kirloskar Consultancy, Air Ferguson, etc., 2 of us remain, myself, that is Interlink, and Tata Consultancy. So you can imagine, this is a kind of really network we could create in our own nitty-gritty. And also, even environment has helped us in terms of really growing well. Now, today we have, in fact, a kind of leader who is a world leader. And I would like to really introduce him to you very, in a very small way. And then perhaps do through the kind of conversation which we will have with him, we will be able to really get more about him. Also, we will come to know who is he, what is he doing, etc. But believe me, he is Mr. Rakshit Mehta. I welcome him for this platform of NutraBytes with me, that is Dr. Smartha. He is basically an entrepreneur, but technocrat. So technology, entrepreneurship together, and not only looking at you and me, like one organization, 2 organizations, 3 organizations, he is thinking in terms of developing a complete ecosystem. Now that's very different kind of thought process. Being in Switzerland, being in US, being in everywhere, I think he has converted the traditional knowledge, that is Ayurveda, into a kind of technologically driven, different kind of concepts. I think let's hear him. So let's start with our conversation with Mr. Mehta. I think it's a leadership, and this leadership has to be really provided by him to many people, not only one person. So I welcome you, Mr. Rakshit Mehta. Welcome you.
Dr. Smartha, thank you so much for that kind introduction. Really glad to be here and part of Nutrify India series.
Yeah. Now, I call you as Rakshit, is it okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So Rakshit, I think such a kind of concept which you have created from Ayurveda to really this journey, how did you really carry out this? Because there may be many difficulties, many ways, because at least in Ayurveda, consideration and also misinterpretation, misunderstanding about word Ayurveda in India is too high. In fact, people are talking about straight away going to the OTC and this and that. And as a result, we also are talking on one hand, evidence-based. We are talking about this kind of demonstration of evidence, and we are caught up with the kind of confusion or conflict. Recently, I have done a review of a book, IISM book, which was edited by Dr. Narendra Bhatt, who is also one of the Ayurvedic person in India. Also, Mr. Mashelkar, who has given a foreword. So I think looking at this, I find there's a lot of conflict there. How did you really come out and come above the conflict and did this? Please.
So, there's a very interesting question, and I would like to draw good attention to the fact that the entire concept of coming up with Ayurveda in a box and in a different format, getting it to international markets, was a brainchild developed and honed over the last 12 months. More importantly, with push by Dr. Amit Srivastava from Nutrify India. He was the one who actually put me into diversifying into Nutra space. I've been a technology entrepreneur for about 2 decades, and Nutra was certainly not part of my portfolio till now. But after discussions with Amit, we really dived deep into the subject, went across pan-India and globally to some of the remotest locations to get right access to information, to understand what would have to be changed to make it market ready, commercial ready for international markets. And I think that's where we really cracked the code of getting Ayurvedic supplements out to a market in a format and form that is understandable, acceptable, both in terms of market choice, consumer choice, as well as from a regulatory standpoint. See, traditionally, if you look at Ayurveda has predominantly been in powder or tablet form, used locally in India, very commonly used supplement, but internationally, barring apart, 5, 7 top products that people understand, nobody really has that deep knowledge of the benefits of preventive healthcare through Ayurveda. And that is exactly what we wanted to dispel and create an impact, coming up with newer solutions based on scientific evidence, research based commercialization approach to this.
So in that case, what you are saying is that in other parts of countries, different countries, these are called as a health supplements, not as an Ayurvedic product. Maybe few
Correct.
ingredients are known as ashwagandha or whatever it is. Few things may be knowing, and on the basis of that, they are talking about health supplements. Now you are coming as what? As a supplement, as what? Because the form is making a difference. I agree with you, which you have just now said. It's a different
Correct.
kind of form, technological form. Being a technocrat or technological background, because basically you are engineer, and from that background, how much it has helped you to really look at this conjunction or confluence.
So, format was very important. We were very clear that we wanted to get a disruption both in terms of product offering as well as format, because otherwise there is, too much crowd in the market, and differentiation becomes a big issue. So what we've come up, and you've seen the products, and this is typically a product, Ayurveda in a box, and that's what it actually is. We've made it convenient. Now, given the lifestyle that everybody has today, where you have 1,000 things to do, on a daily basis, the chance that somebody might take their pills or Ayurvedic powders is very difficult. Nobody remembers it, or people don't want to carry it, or they are quite conscious of taking out their Ayurvedic box to take a Nutra supplement. So we wanted to come up with a product range that people are happy to take. It's trendy, it's easy, more effectively, and more importantly, the product is better in terms of efficacy. So we will able to give that by converting the format into rapid dissolved nano strips that sublingual strips that you just peel it, place it on your tongue, and just enjoy the natural fruit flavor. But at the same time, you are benefiting the benefit of all the Ayurvedic ingredients, which are totally natural. So that's really kind of created a dent, though it's just been about 3 months that we've launched, less than 3 months, I would say, mid of November in the US, in Europe, and in India as well. The response has been phenomenal. We have, surpassed all our numbers that we had planned in our business plan and go-to-market strategy. And, we are very bullish on the next 12 to 18 months, where we are going to launch very exciting new variants, new formats and disruption. Again, keeping Ayurveda as our base.
Yeah. So these formats of disruption, are they basically nanotechnology oriented? What is the kind of technology you are using there?
Yes. So what we have done is we have currently scouted about 133 Ayurvedic herbs that are all going to be in nano format, giving higher efficacy and bioavailability. So body absorption rate is far superior than tablets or syrups or any kind of pills in the market. And converting them into exciting formats, be it strips, be it shots, be it patches. You'll see some serious innovation over the course of next 6 to 8 months.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I get reminded by when we launched Vicks Vapo syrup, that time 2000 Ayurvedic herbs were extracted. A lot of mapping was done. As a result of that combination, Procter & Gamble made it. So I just reminded, when you said 133 herbs, 130 Ayurvedic, let's say, ingredient, you clubbed it. I think it's a very, very different kind of thing. Now, having said this, what is that Euro Alliance? Euro Alliance is a company. What is it?
Yes, so we are a technology group headquartered out of Switzerland, and primarily focused.
Where in Switzerland? Which place?
In Martini. The company is headquartered out of Valais. That's a French-speaking southern part of Switzerland,
Okay.
in one of the most picturesque and
Yeah.
I would say beautiful part of Switzerland, unlike
Yes.
the German side, which is well exposed and known to
True,
people
very true.
globally like Zurich or Geneva.
I was employed there with Roche in Basel.
Oh yes, then you would
That's very corner.
Yes.
All the corner, Germany, French, and also Switzerland. Right.
Absolutely. So we've been nestled here for over, I've personally been here for over 15 years, primarily into medtech, advanced mobile communication, energy and IoT blockchain. And the diversification to Neutra was just less than a year, especially because of my interaction with Amit and really getting into the nitty-gritties of supplement market and what it would mean to create a disruption. So I was ready to pick up a new challenge and diversify the portfolio to a product-based consumer good. And I think this was good timing.
Yes.
Everything matched up. Though
So
we never.
it's a good philosophy, Dakshin, that environment disrupts us. Why not disrupt itself? Disruption. I think that's a very good thought. When you think at it.
In fact, something that has been really unique here is the fact that though we started, with the project in 2019, late 2019, but 2020, nobody had predicted we would get into a lockdown or come up with
Absolutely.
a pandemic. Despite those challenges, we were able to deliver from ideation to commercialization product range through decentralized teams in all jurisdictions around the world. I think that has been the key, crux and learning over the last year, that as long as your core team is intact and you have the best people with you, distances and meetings face to face is now part of history. Work is being done with Zoom calls, with dispatches, FedEx and DHLs for iterations, and then things do get done. So I think that part has been really very interesting. That learning curve has been superb, and we're looking forward to some exciting.
As I would say that you have cracked the code of disruption. So being a master of disruption, what kind of thought process is there? Is it very horizontal, vertical, backward, forward? In terms of thinking, more of a not non-concentrated, more of a alternate, more of a different kind of thinking. Where do you think from that conceptual point of view, if I ask you the question?
So I would say, we are yet to call ourselves experts, but I would say what really works, especially as a technopreneur in terms of disruption, what is essential is that once we shortlist the industry sector or a particular segment that we want to go after, a detailed research background on that subject is very, very critical. That is essential. That's the core of moving to any disruption. Market mapping and all these things, of course, for disruption one does, but getting your core team and your research right on the particular subject is very important. So we spent a lot of time, almost 10 to 11 months we spent in scouting the best of minds in the country and outside purely on Ayurveda. So I'm now, I can gladly say that we have a reservoir of, almost around 40 to 50 top scientists, double PhDs in Ayurveda and, alternate medicine. We are speaking with, we are getting their insights and coming up with solutions based on feedback, not just from consumer point of view, but from researchers who've done this over and over again for centuries. So I think that is the key for disruption, that we need to get the industry segment validated correctly from research point, as well as what really works in the market from the consumption point.
Sure. Now, from this point of view, if I call it as a farm to form, because if from farm you take it even to the form you make it.
Right.
So now that kind of journey, suppose you talk it. Now,
right.
In other words, you need to really look at the ingredient, whatever it is. So do you have a raw material is the most crucial issue? Supply of raw material, getting into raw material. So how do you handle that part? Do you rely on India? Do you rely on, from where really you get the excellent or quality raw materials
So
or
I
herbs?
think I think that is another very important segment. So we are sourcing from global markets, best in
Okay.
class raw materials, getting nano formulations done, and of course the secret sauce that we use in terms of fine tuning any raw material to our usage is something that is proprietary. But again, this is we have a very interesting methodology of selecting the right raw material. We
Good.
use a lot of technology to help assist us in this. We are using blockchain-based, QR stickers, which gives us provenance of every raw material that we source from any part of the world, and that goes into our product. So just with a quick scan, we are able to control quality, control where the product is coming from, what's the provenance, and make sure that we have the right mix for the production.
I think that's very, very important, because I think you have the wherewithals of technology, finding out what is the measurement, etc., etc. The second thing comes up, as you said, sublingual or nano. Is it that you require less quantity then in terms of ingredients, which gives a more effect, or what is it then?
No, it's to do with the body absorption rate. The
Okay.
bioavailability due to the nanoform is increased, substantially. So if you are used to taking, a couple of pills, which probably give you 8% or 10 or 13, 20% of body absorption, now with nano format, that goes up at least 5 to 7x.
Yeah.
So the
So much. Okay.
efficiency is certainly higher, and
Mm.
efficacy, goes up. So you don't need to have, if you're having 4 tablets a day, and if we have, made our strips in a format where you could have 2 to 3 a day or one a day, you're good with the same level of efficacy.
So it means kinetic effect and dynamism in terms of that particular ingredient in the body. That makes a
Correct.
difference.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And the basic difference being, when you take a pill, it goes straight,
To
it
the
gets
stomach.
flushed
Yeah.
out. But
That's
now with the sublingual absorption, the nutrients really go where you really need it. So the
yes.
efficacy is very much visible.
But does it mean this life cycle, or in terms of availability in blood or available wherever you want to make it as a marker or whatever it is, that remains within, as you say, 3 times a day, 4 times a day? So that really has a lower kind of biological half-life or higher half-life
No,
in
it
terms
has
of
a
this?
higher, it has a higher half-life, and research have shown that. In fact,
Mm.
most of the scientific evidence that we have shows that it's certainly higher.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
I think it's a all benefits put together in the form,
Correct.
basically.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how do you make this world Nano Veda now? I heard Nano Veda also. You have done it in terms of from Ayurveda to Nano Veda.
So, it was a very logical move for us to name it Nanoveda and call the brand Nanoveda, because it was a fusion of nanotechnology to
And
Indian
Ayurveda.
Ayurveda. So we wanted to term it something that would resonate to global clientele, something that people would understand easily. So Veda is something that everybody understands. Ayurveda, or Veda short form, is almost a synonym everywhere globally. And nano, at least in the Western world, people understand you're referring to smaller, or a size that is diminished to traditional
Well,
form.
to my
It
mind, it's
was
a
a
very
great,
good concept.
right.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
So
You go ahead.
it was a great format in terms of coming up with the tagline. It's Swiss innovation fusion with the Indian Ayurveda. So that's where we
No,
termed the coin Ayurveda.
in my opinion, you get both the best of both worlds.
Correct.
Ayurveda is Veda you get, and nanotechnology is nano you get. So I think
Correct.
it's a very good concept to look at. Now, explain me what exactly you mean by ecosystem. You're also looking at the ecosystem. So all these different kind of value, let's say, principles or value groups attached together. Like, one could be technology, another could be business, third could be. So you're getting the more groups advanced into it. And then what is your thought process there in terms of developing ecosystem?
See, the reason why we say an ecosystem around it is what we are looking at is the fact that if you look at any, if you look at the disruption that we've created now, it's been a combined effort of getting the right kind of innovators, getting the right kind of researchers, getting the right kind of technology, getting the right kind of production facility to packaging and logistics support. So this is part of every product, launch or innovation. So what we wanted to do in Nutra space, especially that we'd already created this reservoir of deep science and knowledge, that why don't we create this platform where any which ways we have access to innovators, or if innovators who have developed some interesting idea or technology, they've not been able to commercialize it due to number of reasons. Could be lack of access to capital, or lack of access to international market, or regulatory issues in the international market. We have been able to crack that code of fusing technologies to from ideation to commercialization. So now building on it, the idea is to create an ecosystem where we have an open dialogue with all our innovators, our scientists, our research groups, and we take inspiration from them and understand what is it that is working well in the market, what is it which is not working well but should work well, because there are a lot of in Ayurveda there are a lot of herbs that most of the global population have not heard of it, but the benefits
Sure.
to body is tremendous. So we are
Tremendous.
working on number of product categories in this field, uh, be it for neuro diseases, be it for lifestyle diseases, common diseases like acidity, gas. There are solutions in the market, lots of them. But if you really want to have a holistic approach to it, to have natural Ayurveda and plant-based holistic approach, then I think creating this kind of a ecosystem makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense. Very, very nice. In fact, now I hear you are entering US and other markets with Nanoveda.
So
Or
absolutely.
started.
So we launched with the US on 9th of November last year.
Oh, okay.
We are primarily online based marketplace. We are on Amazon US. We launched in Europe on 14th of November last year with our own e-shop based out of Switzerland. So anybody in Switzerland or in European markets can place an order directly at our e-shop nanoveda.ch, and they get the goods delivered within a day or two wherever they are. Then at end of November last year, we launched in India as well.
Okay.
And we've
Right.
seen tremendous success. So in India, we are available on Amazon India. And
Right.
from this week, we are also available on our own e-shop, which is nanovedaindia.com. So we are going to give consumers the choice of buying products anywhere in the world,
Right.
and with
Right.
the consumer push to digital side, traditional form of retailing has totally been disrupted. So we are very keen to have our online presence first, and then look at traditional ways of moving the product.
So nice, Rakshit. I'm so happy and best of luck to you. So thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
so much.
spending time with me and with this particular NutraBytes. Amit is behind us, all of us. Obviously, he's showing the direction. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smarter. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you. My dear viewers, you have seen how live it was in terms of talking to him about disruption. And he is also looking at very, very clearly how the ecosystem can be formed with the groups, with intelligent people, researchers, startups people, technologies, and also the business acumen. Looking at this together, the ecosystem which is forming, it's very, very commanding and also admirable. Similarly, you have seen from farm to form. I think that's journey which he has really narrated to us, and also making a big brand for itself, for himself, is I think very good chance for all of us to look at it and emulate, whereby we can look at differentiation creation as well as ensuring that we make a disruption rather than disruption comes on us. So thank you. Let's meet again. Dr. Smartha here.